I would like you all to keep watching VitalGHChannels. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Keep watching VitalGHChannels. Thank you.
Say Piafo ankwa eja ebebu ada say Piafo enekita omani nyina na mpo ye pa o maketena mu a wana eni nipa eso o masen na wanfo na dadwen won ho ye hwe o makwan eni o musuo o musuku sem o mapomoden na nyina no unya no baabi a yi say wo behwe ana wo subscribe to VitalGHTV na wanya niama etise efise niama ye ba ya ye behunu ewo efuo mu eni nkurase ha sei no ni nyina ye inubaya omode omakasa omahoodin omunyansa ene omunimdie support biara emfi baby emfama.
Kelly. and then I'll add my body, who is BSL. BSL. If you're looking for some t-shirts now, quality t-shirts now, BSL is there. And then you also know if you want to ship anything, BPR to Ghana, everywhere in the world now, Rapid Air Courier is there. And Semoya Susua, try to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Say, Munyina Mobiti Asemwa, Yebekano, and some yen Zemina. I mean, you can't every like if you anywhere you can't a year completely say, oh, where the can you through. You only betting a dream, what means me and your dream. But a normal Rebecca, there are few things to be ubet me they were to a dream. Would you dream the air can now the okufia upa research as them are making research, go on YouTube, go on Wikipedia, go anywhere, Congress of whatever place you feel there you want to go, no, go there and check this story out. Now, before I go on, I'm just going to go back to the Ethiopia situation. No. Picture now, Mediterranean first now, yeah, and African and all these countries now, which is this one. Okay, so Hemwa, this is Ethiopia. Ethiopia, this particular thing, no? It's Ethiopia. Now, there was some time before something was called the League of Nations, which was formed, I think, in 1921 or somewhere around that area. No? Ethiopia was a member of the League of Nations. I think there were 61 countries in the former League of Nations. No? Now, League of Nations, the countries are now joining United States. Germany was part of League of Nations. I think Russia was part of League of Nations. And then Germany decided, say, they don't want to be part of League of Nations, and you won't withdraw from that particular League of Nations. That means, the original members of the League of Nations, Ethiopia was one of them. Ethiopia was one of them. And then in 1935, Kelly, where you know Achira Kakra, I upside down. If you can hear me now, Kelly, your picture is it's turned upside down. Kakra. Okay, bye. We will continue. So in 1935, Mussolini and Ethiopia decided to avenge their defeat in the, because it was bad for them, to feel say African country, a defeat one, and or revenge. So na occupy. Ethiopia, Ethiopia, one of their empires. And what he did, they say he has to go and occupy or take Ethiopia. Ethiopia was part of League of Nations. He said, yeah, what United Nations is saying, which is, I don't understand why I say African countries where they join United Nations, because it's a bogus, it has absolutely nothing to do with African. United Nations is one of the bogus places because they are nothing. They don't do anything. All they do is to talk. They can't do anything there for Africa. But League of Nations, Ethiopia was part of it. Now, why do you want to say? It is said, United Nations said one country or attacks another country now. The other countries will fight against the other countries. Ethiopia think say be part of the League of Nations. When Italy decided to set one bet They says a one be fa Ethiopia ama one be one. They said the France 4 year one be one colony, you know. They decided, say, they appealed to the League of Nations not to tell them, say, look, me timi kromo, me mekamo, and I must say, akwo we say opese obefa Ethiopia, a kind of country, empire. No, so the on tiasi. He went to the League of Nations, and then at that time, now Europe, Britain, and a year in charge of the Suez Canal. Now, if you are coming from Italy, now you have to go through Suez Canal. It's an easy thing for the British, to stop Italy. Say, they close the Suez Canal now. There is nowhere Italy can go unless they go around Africa, back to South Africa, and come over there. They didn't. France was part of it. Ethiopia was part of the EU, League of Nations. This man came to United States to appeal to the US government. Say, "Mitimi krom, me mekam. What's the Uba be occupy my country na abaye wo part of way. Eti on the ohiamoa. So ubi membuano. Did they do it? No. No France, no 54, 60 countries, no of the, nobody helped. And then that time, these people came with mechanical tools, which is guns. And within that time, the guns now Russia gave them was 1889 and something. They can't use them to fight. And that communications to them wasn't good, and the Russians did not know what was going on. And they just rolled over and took over Ethiopia. And they forced this guy, and his Selassie, to exile. And then he came to Geneva to tell them, say, me remember, but me here help, you didn't help me. I me can't remember. You are doomed. Opa, go to the face. You are doomed. Within a couple of years' time, and a Second World War broke out. And then what happens? And they say, British, Ethiopia has a friend saying, Italy has become part of Germany. And that means they were forced to fight Italy and Germany. That means they have to fight. Your friend is saying people when we're in Ethiopia to get rid of Italy, and and that's when now they were able to. Haile Selassie was able to come back to become the emperor again. History tells us something about what is going on in Guinea. One thing I was so upset was Nigeria Tinubu. Tinubu, you are going to go and fight against Niger. First of all, as a leader of the nations, what comes first? Diplomacy comes first. You talk to these people and tell them, say, look, this is Africa. We can't go to war against you, but this is democracy or something. We have to talk. Let's talk and solve these problems. This guy came on TV, hey, we're giving them 1 week. We're going to war. With who? With who? Okay. All right. You say you are going to war for what? For France? Or for what? America? In the first place, what they are doing, a lot of people don't understand. Say uranium or whatever that they do, and on a year, a power France electricity 85% of France. Those things comes from Niger. Niger, what do they have? Tell me what they have. Electricity, not even 35%. They get their electricity from Nigeria. And you are telling me, say, you are going to fight for France, to do the same thing to Africa, Now, one thing I'm saying now, a lot of people should, you have to understand this. Tinubu, he's nothing. He's just a dumb ass guy who just, I don't think elections he won because he onim nyansa. He don't have sense. Party, I mean, sure say this guy has sense because you don't just get up and say we're going to war with neighboring African country. I'm cutting off electricity so what? If you said these people are going to suffer, yes, they will suffer for some time. But make sure this Oboda and in Niger they say Chad also has become part of the people who is going to fight against you. Chad. Algeria has already sent troops over there. In the Ecowas, which is I think Ghana, Nigeria, and I think Senegal for now. Now Ghana, I'm praying for you, say you don't go and get yourself involved in this. Because Burkina Faso is up there. Cote d'Ivoire is on your left. Togo is on your right. Say you are going to just walk over Niger because you think they don't have the tools to fight with you. But some countries are supporting them. It is a munimua. When you're in the Kelly, over to you.
It's here for the body say your team kwem dada me so me da was say consistently well providing platform you need me have such discussions because discussions here you have between you and me. Who could see any of these Ghanaian media houses now? They won't say what you are saying because or you see them who pays the piper pays the tune. Omoni baby omodi fee. It's the same way how can. But me the about the say you was akwenya because of war. It you force me down so munya kwana 90 minutes you bet me have this discussion see. Who say the bia that me start ba show no so na me start say me to me che e ma osagefo. Osagefo kwa me nkoma wo bibia wo bia je obo. Because sisi ano the way we are seeing mu kono me the pass say infama no ebo afa ekwan na osagefo no pese e faso.
Yeah.
And more a lot more people are beginning to see the West, in fact, NATO for what it is. So, and I am and it's sad say, especially me nyanoma yewo diaspora no. Tutona still are very ignorant and very selfish. The American sign say, in this day and age, the one who controls the narrative controls how the world moves. Young Jew for Dudwana media na fight that Juma now we engage market now VitalGH now we engage market now because the media is extremely powerful.
Of course, we know
the information now what they took media no so no it to assume story now can na mission be there. The story that you tell is even more powerful than even giving people facts, especially among our people. It's the past with this story, with this conversation, I bet to now, we are very ignorant. You see, a cool school, but you need him there. We haven't studied history, and if you don't know history, you are bound to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Meaning, the American, I'm sure that American say American. Osajefo, a Ghana ni. Onya konya so be cool school no. Oba America has it. Or Lincoln University, which is Pennsylvania here. Madam Fufu be school. Omama so eco school sesia. Obetna krom ha adwuma eco school enya in fact the larger part of his education was in the West. They said that I mean why yes so you pay opportunity no. Yeah ba America. We beka say obi a oti America I don't know kasa tia the West eh. It was such for his wisdom obetna krom ha ahwese na abrofo no ye omonyama a Western a world ni wo omonyama. But a Jew meso say obebo Ghana ho ban obedi Ghana so no. He decided to go to the East. Also, he beside was say adenti and osagefo in his wisdom. This say Western style of governance no emboying na Eastern style of governance na emboying. Because okay so share and o can say no who say in some the edewo but emboying and you assembly ba. It will share the way yaji the current state of democracy abo ape so no a. Eno na any ene you. Eno any ene because that style of governance any culture no NG. So any culture no NG. Eno ko dan chen. Me dey can say me say abrofo madam fofo a me no omo adwum madam fofo pa omo abrofo. Me uba me dwum omo a me no omo di agopa abrofo. But enye enu ti na better dem ama me nan egu abonten.
Oh, that's true.
Because I know their nature. What I say, as far as omoye concerned, colored people no, you be a mom.
Of course, we are nothing.
It is a whole feel say be a waba Western world in just wo the waba ha we bush and for mudi there, mu yo okay, the echo the larger a black community which is African and Pan African men found one. Hey, would that dem so nengo abonten. That should be no be fi asase so o ma e na eba be face sa issues here ye ka say ye ka wan asem wo ye den obi man so na wo no Africa any ofie Pan Africa any ofie mo fa to mutim na mo ye mo ho eyi nyatwoni eyi butromojo no asem wo west nti no say e ko against ye po no ye nka no kwe no mo fa to mutim na de make ma shada na me kan de me na me kan no because we have to wake up. The Ecowas of Africa is here, it is extremely important that you better see it. After no, Niger, that okay, has one of the largest deposits of uranium, almost gold, almost diamonds, almost uranium. But Niger is one of the poorest countries in the world.
In Africa, in the world, not Africa.
How do you explain that?
Yes.
How do you explain that?
Explain it to me.
Chad is the same thing in Chad. If you go to Mali, Mali has some of the biggest deposits of gold. But why is Mali one of the poorest countries in the world? If you go to Guinea, it's the same thing. If you come to Ghana, it's the same thing. I was saying beside, I was saying, why is this happening? Abrofu where are you from Monday? They've built a funnel. That was a ukra funnel. Would you so go any point of the funnel? A year then they bet trickle to one point. And they say, Oma building system. Now, that system you are building a friendly democracy. And Omo Pache say, at the end of the day, democracy, IMF, World Bank, all these institutions you are building, building in such a way, say, they and they only will be the sole beneficiaries, of those instruments, those systems. Or Sajifo names are they waiting? No, can't say that. I will say you movie away from that style of governance. Now you're seeing idea. Wow. And there were other people with him, like the founder of Guinea, Tanzania, Secretary, or then the battle, no.
Yeah.
So all these people, like I said, we have to move away from this style of governance and create a style of governance which is consistent with your culture, no.
Of course.
But in the see,
yeah.
In summer or Sajifo can say a baby criminal and a cost to see.
Of course. The same thing, and we can his salati.
Yes.
Now I mean one. So if you go to if you go to the history books now, in 1934, this is not about us now. This is about the country France itself.
So,
Country France itself in 1934 was the same thing that happened in January United States. You know, they think democracy, you know, is garbage. They don't want no democracy in France. Say, go and Google February 6th. France February 6th. Is there. That's my make away. February 6th, they see what Chroma January, the same thing that happened in France in 1934. Then one cry there. They all be swear President, Prime Minister Fufro, and then they went in there and they killed about maybe 16 of their members. You know, go and look at it. It's there. Yes, I'm in America because I have already seen all those things. You know. So
on the other side,
these people are telling us that we have to go with the democracy of the government now. No, with the government now, we must stay with them. Democracy. In just recently in Egypt, and Egypt before when you name your friend Morsi.
yes.
Just recently, your friend Morsi. Sisi overthrew this guy, no, elected president, no, in Egypt. One overthrown. What did the U.S. government do?
They supported him.
They supported Sisi
because he is actually an ally. He was an ally.
He was. You are telling me, sir, when somebody this side now, somebody this side now, it's okay with you, but some parts of the is not okay with you. The only thing say, let's say I'm going to write a 9, the number 9. When you face 9 like this now, it's 9. But when you look at it 9 from your side now, and you're 9, you're 6. You can't tell me, say, everything that you are doing is okay. Because what fits you don't fit me. So, the Muya and yet the same thing, say, Sadian and say, mobile roads, where more business are normal ways in help these countries build hospitals, build their roads, do all these things. You are not doing all these things. The only thing now more want to say, you send them your military to protect uranium, any whatever now. That is the only thing now. It is more and more yes, those people who don't really understand what is going on in Africa, they should go back to from 1889 to 1935. Ever back the same way now on the banner. My year 1945, you be find Nipa from Africa, all the way from African countries, all the way in Emma Walla. It has nothing to do with us.
Nothing.
We don't have anything to do with the war. No? What when Nipa Africans say, we India for just everywhere, we're fighting for France. But in the First World War, Germany wiped them out. Okay, they couldn't kill a fly. It's there. You can go and look at it. They couldn't kill a fly. They killed almost about 1 million people by the Germans. And they didn't have anything to do. And then when you're the 9 and what you are going to do. Now, the only thing that happened in African countries now, one for say, because these people are cool, and we have to go and fight them.
Say, what is a coup d'etat? A coup d'etat is when you circumvent the constitution of a country, and then you remove a sitting president, right? The end wrong Babu, he was to move away. Almost kind of worries. Almost kind of credit, don't kind of credit. This is what you're talking about. Laurent Gbagbo decided, say, Ombe movie away from the CFA. What's say the biggest economy in the French, your friend saying, West Africa is Ivory Coast. So if Ivory Coast moves away, effectively, they are going to inspire all other countries who take their leave to leave. And France Sunim said the minute that happens, their power is being diminished. It's when geopolitics 101, a very simple thing.
Let's say they don't have anything in France.
So Alassane Ouattara, who are them, because you were France puppet, they literally help you overthrow Laurent Gbagbo. When Laurent Gbagbo was supporting France and was working with France, because most people don't know, almost president, first president, Osei Boigny had a channel straight from a friend saying, a friend saying, so White House and that's
Parliament.
A seat of government, It's a Jubilee House, straight to the French embassy. There was that connection. Laurent Gbagbo started so no more or more negotiations no more or so more pumping and o silly sa a friend saying sa channel no and Chebia and almost started war Cote d'Ivoire. This was the reason why that Cote d'Ivoire war came to pass. And you be BNTO because of and Omutu Laurent Gbagbo there so Omutu na there so no only one buy Alassane Ouattara buy or the 2 terms what did he do? He changed the constitution to allow him
to run
to go for a 3rd term, which is unconstitutional. The same thing happened in Senegal. Almost supporting him. Almost twice almost year biom ewa Guinea and a Guinea for near then. So yes, sorry. And Omutu papa na there so. So the ekoso. It is a almost year then I say almost circumventing a friend saying your friend said constitution not it goes against what they want. I mean, it's in their favor. They are okay, but when it goes against their interest, then they are up in arms. So
oh yeah,
it's a way. This is at the core of most of the problems that are that is happening in the Sahel. Another critical thing, of course, was Sahel. They say there's a lot of insurgency. And as I insurgency, you be say who say. Etu omu yusu nyina no wan ena emo mu etu
senior well winning.
Dada we mean can with the mo amko mo research na mo hwe say who is funding ISIS, Boko Haram? Okay, who is funding them? They are using these so-called insurgents to destabilize these regions which are mineral rich, to ensure say ometimia to some minerals pennies on the dollar. It is strategic. Omo ye na idea obi enim say omo sheda e na omo ye. Ye wa ha say e na omo say oh Gaddafi Gaddafi say France any NATO, Obama, Hillary Clinton, Sarkozy. Omo ko ye so omo wo ye omo ye wo ho no. E na omo tu Gaddafi ade so. And before Gaddafi was uprooted, and now, when the bit I me say, Libya is in a much better state than it was under Gaddafi.
No.
Who can say that?
Nobody.
And yet, Libya forces here, almost so almost penny mass idea name as no. And yet, as I say, Algeria forces almost penny no. I was saying, especially in your diaspora, I was saying, what we think, what we put on social media is extremely important. It's supporting the West, it is not in our interest. It is not in our interest. What I say, these people, they know what they are doing. Okay? And supporting them is tantamount to suicide. Yeah.
That is the only.
What I say, because say Niger will have all these things and Niger will be suffering. No. How do you explain it? Niger should be one of the richest countries on the face of the earth. Almost like so only China, foreign Russia, for the agro. Insurgents, no, and you know, almost bro, the almost bro, almost. I feel so recently, almost the hospital built in Niger, 500 beds. One of the best referral hospitals in that region. How did that happen? Because of their cooperation with the Nkofoyi Amose Omonye. Who were a abodan for me? Bako di oba, obesese no ahwe onim. No aye rough no ko. The other one the oba no kuta ebo, no totu bo car, no odo bo. Why na only nebeko? Most China and Russia for nye. China for Russia for so omoba, they treat you like partners. Meanwhile, the West, when they come, no, they bully you. They take your resources and on top of it, no, tell you say you're powerless.
They don't give you anything.
They don't give you anything.
They don't give you a damn thing. Chireme, dear, let's say, Chireme, what a year na France, I build a war one country. Let's say, once he school down back one, I'm a year for no. With all this uranium, idea moon take it from them.
Yes.
Much me see one hospital, and as a much me see school be. Ama Niger for and now must we say ama when we say okay momaji yesiachem maybe or the no one say mo the military eba and I was listening to a South African guy a friend Malema ow this guy you know hey Nigeria ambassador in Nigeria Echo Bisa and question say often say neo-colonization is not there anymore. Nah, it's in our minds. That's what the Nigerian ambassador in South Africa said.
Tinubu Nanado Ouattara. Okay. This is critical and Asa of Senegal. These are the big economies in West Africa. Okay, La Côte d'Ivoire, right here, Ghana, Nigeria, okay, and the leaders of these so-called countries, these so-called leaders, they are the biggest turnaround. That was it back there. Okay, they are the biggest beneficiaries, okay, of neocolonialism. It's a conference wall, a Russia for free conference, and saying Ghana also Ghana uncle.
No, Nigeria so uncle.
Sika omu wie nyina no. If I'm supposed to sika na all these economies move. Okay, so whatever is transpiring, yes, can park right here. Whatever is transpiring currently, no, okay, it's to their benefit. I'll join you guys shortly. Okay, whatever is transpiring, no, it's to their benefit. Let's be real about it. So they know what they are doing. They've been doing this for as long as independence. Wow. Now me say a leopard does not change his spots. Me enye me one de nanado eye no. Enye me one de Tinubu eye no. Because these two people are the sole beneficiaries of no colonialism.
Of course.
Sasa mo de bia me kan o kan yesi o umbu ade. O kan yesi o ye NDC ni. There be enye sanity. Edu me bia o se etimi kan no kakra. So, o se etimi kan no kwe. O se ehun se ya de konwo ho. Say only a few people ever benefited versus say do not be benefited here. I would rather choose say give me the keys. The majority of us will benefit. It's extremely important. Say people you do maybe I'll say say the way I did konwo ho. What mean you trouble job to be? What means now one say we en family ho. We hear the head that obusun for Ghana. We hear the obusun for Africa ho. So bet me go far back up, what me for Bia Emba. And me, I'll still maintain say Africa at the very least, no. should be doing far, far, far better than what we are doing.
Of
Because we
course.
literally have everything we need to not survive, but to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
That is my position. And for me, it is sad, say, especially in any diaspora. No, I say you will be the immediate family. Okay, you know. We have just decided to not speak the truth. And it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time I'm going to be, share the state in which people are in. It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And to see how much resources we have, and to that, if you literally increase people's salary by 40%, we come. But I say, almost sheda say, you be miankufu ya mama yeden. Oma ye desperate to the point. Say, whatever we want to do, no, they will say yes. This last
Mm-hmm.
time we got the last show about so Russian Stalin of akoko no tutu no tekra. Now they are what at the akoko no. So odi a brogu homa akoko na akoko ni dinechi. Even though or no the tutu akoko ni tekra. This is what our so-called leaders are doing to our people.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what France, since your friend is saying, since independence has been doing. That's a final. That region, Sahel region, is over 50% of West Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's over 50% of West Africa. This year, Algeria joining, Libya also opening, and this they are battle hardened. It's Ecowas for no. Ye mubi ye bushna for ye soldier for. Ye set nanado pacho. Me faga na Libya and koso oni sakufo nkoku. Because nkofo ya also nkoku, they are desperate.
The Algeria for no who said the first thing that they marched straight with 42,000 troops into Algeria or Niger.
Yes.
You know, Momo Momo Hono, which what Nigeria has. Mukra
Boko Haram for Nigerian soldiers anyhow. Boko Haram for etua Boko Haram for a use for more one. I know what they see Nigerian soldiers for a core photo. How are they getting those arms? Me take cross even Ghana, almost with Ghana, eba Ghana, ebe hiding or Ghana. Asama me meeting and saying no. How are they able to cross the border into Ghana? That's now Nanado. Obi kwa report say Wagner, ewo Burkina Faso, Nanado na kwa report say. Una kwa report say Wagner, ewo ewo Burkina Faso. It's person Burkina Faso for many days. What do you want them to do? You have a country which is being overrun by insurgents. And these insurgents, it is public knowledge, say, they are being funded by the West for a sole purpose, to destabilize these regions so that the West can then move in and get their resources for less. Because that I say, fire service for. It's a two jar to Mufie, a general Mufie and my friends say, okay, Mumbra and Mbebuan, they buy a catch them say, okay, be charge him see near Abuamo. That is what they are doing.
Yep.
What does it? This is what they are doing. And therefore, I say, if before no still ya drain at that. It may first acquaint so I catch them say, Miss Samoa. Sa West night, me more West, a pedia pass. At least every family in Africa will have one well-being, educated, and not ignorant person. So Obeba Kumuha, no babe born home modern, no be jumade. What's party says come back to Africa. That is me philosophy. That is me agenda. The obia it mean almost starting so more a friend saying visa lottery na me petima obia. Because before said the way omut me buy a comb, omut me buy Africa, ebe se say a good year, any be bo mo ha no. Yes, so yet dear be any say. Me per se and every single family will have one person here who is working. And yes, Obeba no beka say onya ne hu yaka say o me dey me bo me bra, me no busa for and after the after busa for be dan ya bon sam for. yo. Because also for the catch us obusheni na to do debi. Oba be ye juma de unye sika no a. Father fa develop your family. Kote business bi ofie na obusha for enye sa business no. And I could see them in rent, which rent a fashion obusha for. What did I say? And this is my goal. We have to start thinking strategically. Because maybe at the end of corner, and funny biome. So it's not funny. What is happening
it's not
here?
funny.
It is not funny. It doesn't make sense. West Africa, which is one of the richest parts of the world, no, should be home to some of the poorest people. It doesn't make sense. Now, for a soldier for sorry, now some most we are democratically elected people. What in the Bube who regular elections and Saoba? One the bit my catch said that election was not rigged.
Oh,
Even another election here and say how was it not rigged?
He was lucky. Yeah, Ushemua on elections now, last first elections, he won almost like 100 and something seats in the assembly. The second election, just because they didn't win. It's a tie. It was a tie.
That election was rigged.
They tried to make it was
that election was rigged.
This is the time the Ghana forces on to build as a more because the way now
and I have the authority
all these things area this year on them and then those things now. I mean, I think it's high time we have to have another people to come in and straighten things up.
Oh yeah, sure, say that situations here happen in these so-called democratically elected countries here. I mean, democracy countries here. A bit makes you Rwanda.
No.
Oh yeah, sure. So to say that if there was even a hint of say what we says KI, what the emphasis on we are, but this amount of money a own fee a bededia obit me, obit me. I like obet me operate the way operate. It's not even the leading member of the government. Though. It is on obet me say about umia friend saying a minister with that portfolio, a friend is saying about yourself, a friend saying about yourself fit Finity. All these high flying members of the government, do we even know how much money they have?
Okay.
Do we know how much money these people have in their homes? Well, it has reached a point where we have to understand that there's a like Bob Marley Bekan, there's a natural mystic blowing through Africa, West Africa to be precise. The all these economies here, there are two main things which are happening. They are using Boko Haram, ISIS, to destabilize these regions. That's the first thing. Number two, these so-called democratically elected leaders, are literally taking their citizens for a ride. So at some point in time, we have to say enough is enough. So it just doesn't make sense. You'll be living in a rich country and be poor. It doesn't make any sense. Now, Ghana, this is a very, very, very important, your friends, a message. The Ecowas of West Africa to Nanado, to Tinubu, to Senegal, to Ivory Coast for leaders. They say, I was almost setting up. They have to start doing things right. They have to start doing things right because it's not a lot that your citizens are asking for. They're just looking for access. They're looking for access. Asa, if you make it easy for them to also live a little better, when these so-called coup d'etats, citizens now the bedding, rise against soldiers. But if your citizens are not getting the access that they see you and your family members getting, naturally, when these things happen, they will support the coup plotters. All the media networks now, any interview they are giving, all the interviews shows to say the citizens are supporting the coup d'etat. Now, if you ECOWAS now, you're supposed to be for the people, no? You are going to attack a country whose citizens are supporting the coup d'etat.
A sovereign country.
A sovereign country.
Hey, Momoko attacking sovereign country. The point now, when they don't really understand me, and I say, the just say more Nigeria for more would just say Nigeria for one and more attacking one. See, because if you attack Niger now, you attack Burkina Faso, you attack Mali, you're attacking Algeria, and all sorts of some of the countries, from the South Africa, other countries, Musavi, those who think they want support what is ECOWAS. Who the hell is ECOWAS? Because first of all, what they should have done now, as ECOWAS say, you call up all the ECOWAS leaders to come to whatever your unit is, and let's say let's have a dialogue. Let's come up with something. And yes, I would be sorry, and we are going to attack in 7 days. We're giving them to restore this person into the hope is that those people, they are afraid of you. Tell me, do you think is that they are afraid to say, you are telling them that they should go 3 days, you are going to attack them. And they Tinubu is coming. Tinubu is coming, so we have to. We are afraid. Seriously?
But Mali said a hungry man is an angry man.
Seriously?
A hungry man.
No.
A hungry man.
Listen,
a hungry man is an angry man.
In his own home. In his house. In America, if you go and attack somebody in the house now, he can shoot you and there's nothing will happen.
There's nothing you can do.
And
they'll be in the right.
Yeah, go there and attack him. You see who they go there. Someone did they don't know what to do. Because nobody is supporting this stupid thing now.
But what's the Liberian president kind? I had tremendous respect for him. I'll say the very things which have necessitated what is happening in the Sahel is what they as an economic body should be talking about.
Of course.
They should be talking about those events which are making coup d'etats fashionable in the region.
In the region.
Who Cote d'Ivoire, you are a big economy. You circumvented your friend is saying, your constitution, and allowed your president to go for a third term. Senegal, this year on my trouble press opposition leader no. Esan say or kasetia the president not super so anything no. On super so third term. It o match no. Atum. And on Senegal for because also onim the oil is in line with what was happening in the other countries now. Could the he is also standing behind Nigeria. Yes. It George Weah said the very things which are causing these problems are the things we are supposed to be addressing. We should be making the lifestyles of our people easy. Wow. When we make it where it's conducive for them to live comfortable lives, it won't happen. A very simple thing. But until say by addressing those things, well, you are bringing this coup d'etat upon yourself. And I agree with him wholeheartedly. Rather, I agree with him
1,000%. This is what exactly now someone begin me start here make and say. Look, Obi any best sorry. Coup. I will name what the outcome will come. You can succeed or not. So, Eddie say Ushemua. Argentina, all these francophone countries, are doing this. And you have to sit down and make sure, say, let's look at what the reason why here. all these things are going on. Say, you know, Mali don't even want to use the French country, you know, French languages as their language is built.
Which should have happened a long time ago.
They don't want to
Okay.
use your language. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do this. Sit down and look at the situation. You know. What is causing all these things in the coup d'etats in the francophone countries? But say what is going on? The only thing now is that let's go to war. Let's go to war.
France
you are going to war.
Annually pulls out $500 billion from the francophone countries. Recently, we posted but by this lady,
I saw
Arikana.
it.
And I hope a lot of people on Vital GH radio platform. You see, me starting a presentation because if what the West has done is say, hey, we are all human beings. And like every human being, your primary objective is to make your life comfortable. I don't have a problem with Abrofuso or my life very comfortable. I don't have a problem with the Chinaman wanting their life to be comfortable. But what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Especially the idea one of the Benkum Neje. As a me will gold, me will diamond, me will bibia. Nase wo be build a system. Our friend democracy, our friend the World Bank, and friend whatever you want to call it. Nase mimi resources thing na bow side. That's a sorry tia. That's half a woo bobby dimbonia. Now nyame som na ewo hen.
Oh.
So, and these are the people who brought this religion here. Yeah, I'm always about first principles. Maybe because for this, I won't say, how is this thing happening? Another, may kind of on a much more grassroots level. Uko platforms now, ultra religious, and almost support it with the West. I see Christopher. Ebi pastor for no they are the ones who are supporting the West. Yeah, I see the Christopher no. We are mostly the ones who are saying say no, there's a big problem in Africa. It has to change. It will not be sumpuni o. Na untimi kan kwe. Now be comfort. What I say? I did it that I was say beside I was say I didn't na we are unable. You can't say religion is the opium of the masses now. No correct. It's I say ya for no you to mean dream. So maybe because we still find a way to legitimize it. What I say? How do you legitimize the fact say all your resources are ending up? The first thing is almost religion and brain I can say. Oh, there, as I say, buy a registry. As I say, buy a registry.
What's all cost?
But would
you, Ubrunia, like as a workman, young Gopon,
what I say? It's a what this is the mentality of Omodiashi team. Oh, secondly, what is happening? Almost then, who are Australia, him over go so. Continent being and a war assassination I will gold as in Africa. It is here no there would the be who we are. Baby are all corner a hole and about continent gold so. Now I just ask me to now you push it. You see a Kogan and Ekoshe, there are more churches than there are factories.
Oh, there are more churches in there. The only thing that they know is there is a church or a mosque only a beer bars and churches. That's it. And everybody is a prophet. Everybody is a prophet.
It's I drain they say you drain. You see abakosem. But once you abakosem so which means you are going to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. It's a me party. The cause is here and one. At the very least, it is an awakening. Not even for the leaders, but for the people, especially living in the Anglophone parts of the West Africa. Say, hey, there's a wind of change blowing. Sa nyatwomne ostrich na I say ye ho ye ni I said ye pretending no. It won't sit anymore. You see an biabo. Information no is there for everyone unless one person obey who. It's a muna mo support sa sa mo sisa mo adwem mo sisa mo suban. Because whatever is happening in Burkina Faso, it can trickle down to Ghana. Whatever is happening in Guinea, happening in the Chad, in the Niger, no, it can trickle down to Ghana. It can easily become in Nigeria. It can easily become a problem for Ghana.
And Cote d'Ivoire.
And Cote d'Ivoire. It can easily this strong because they know say baby I didn't do no. Baby I didn't do no. If those right now the last night left and said those 4 countries no will unite. If they decide to unite, like I said, fine. They are US, you know. US is just a bunch of states that have united. Though. It is Africa. It is a bunch of states that have united and going it together. So 4 countries, see, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and Chad. 5 countries, see. If they decide, so okay, fine. Right now, no, we are going to be dealing with the rest of the world together. We are going to be using our armies together.
Can leave ECOWAS, you know. They can leave ECOWAS.
They can leave.
Because ECOWAS is doing nothing for them.
It's doing nothing for them.
I'm telling you, sir, these countries, and they are going to leave the ECOWAS. They are going to leave the ECOWAS.
When they unite, right now there's BRICS. BRICS, no?
They are joining BRICS.
Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These 5 countries alone are about 30% of the economy of the world.
North Korea is also joining.
They are all going to join.
BRICS. They are going to join. Because,
so, in a way, going against them, it's not the best. It's about us educating ourselves and say, you know what? Me gonna put the name here because we already have the blueprint. Osajifo. I don't put that kind of book, no. Revolutionary Path. I was reading it today. That are all kind of I say or your default or your prophet. Obeka or your prophet. Your course is here and one air course. May you Rebecca true and pay na make na me cancer. Sometimes if you're not a studious person, you're a fool. I say that respectfully. We will be our own kind and I say you don't study no. You're a fool. And I say this with respect to especially in VitalGH platform. Yeah, there are Bible quotations. Quote to Bible. But at the end of the day, the sermon, yenka in semna a day vitality ever bread Ghana for. Yenka in semna a day hope, any aspiration ever bread Ghana for. My yenka say, would you be DH who are call heaven or could there? Momu did there, I was a so. If there's a problem, if there's something going on which is not good, they said the government, Mon can no Mon fan to platform so almost ready for our platform so. No more catch almost a share. The Ghana for can you into most some ways. On to say something what is happening in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger, okay, in Chad will find its way to Ghana. You should mark my words. Because
as a Chad, so Chad for something happened in Chad. You know, Chad for you be good Ghana na once races a lot of pound.
Exactly.
A bunch of them came to Ghana. And you know,
exactly.
Do you think that if this thing happened again, do you think where they are going? Why didn't they go to Nigeria and then go to other countries? But where everybody is going by coming to Ghana. Where are they going? They're going to Ghana. The whole Ghana so no matter too tough. I'm on say didn't some baby ever.
Exactly.
Like Liberia for be good Ghana.
Then they see it.
But yeah, then they see it. Aquabi to YouTube will be me can say I say one day be sorry or say or say me or say they are deported Ghanaians from USA to Ghana. They are deported. They deported depore. And I'm saying, what is depore? Ghana for why are we speaking?
Yeah. Because I got.
I'm saying, do you have your own language? Liberians, do you have your own language? Yoruba, when you are talking to Nigerians, they are Yoruba for they speak their Yoruba.
They speak
The
their
Igbos speak
Igbo.
their Igbos. And then the Northerners don't speak their Igbo. What language, Ben, you Liberians, you have? You don't have any language because we are brought from US to there and gave you the land to stay there. You don't have any language, be a mocha. Depore, where is it coming from?
It's sad. Ignorance, no, that ignorance, no, dorsal. And again, I don't have a problem. If you want to be religious, be religious. But I was say as I see you buy, there's a purpose, there's a reason why we are on this earth. To tell somebody to put that aside and be focused on the afterlife, no. And no Africa, all the other economies now, they are doing that because they have accepted responsibility for their role here on earth. I don't have a problem. I was born into Catholicism. At some point, I was supposed to be a Catholic priest. But based on what I learned, and I came to become aware of what the whole thing was about, and I'm kind of I can't go that route. I don't have a problem with that. But the air course is a life and death situation. And for ECOWAS to attempt, it is my biggest desire, say, they will not attack Niger. Because one, the stakes are very high. Wagner is already there. Algeria is already on the border. Guinea, Mali, Cote d'Ivoire have already declared war, if you like. And there's no way Russia is going to sit there. China is not going to sit there because all these people have interest in the region. It's, more influence. Mutimini nanado ekasa. Mr. Mo. And we know some of you are in Delaware. We know who you are. Because you won't say, obey politics. Yes, sir. Africa for Africans. Africa for Africans. And for ECOWAS, a body which is supposed to see the interests of Africans to attack another sovereign country because they have decided to move a certain way. AFL, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It is if we want peace to reign, we should engage them, have negotiations with them. Let's see what they want to do and see how best we can help them achieve it. But troops,
it will not solve anything.
It will solve anything.
Do you think that somebody is not also waiting in the wing not to do the same thing? And a mobile war now. Burkina Faso nipeya obaye na saying.
Goita.
He's saying that he was waiting because of Sankara. Adia or Sankara, he was going to continue with Sankara because when Sankara was overthrown, he was a kid.
Yeah.
When he was overthrown, he was a kid.
I was 7 years old.
That thing has been in his mind to today. So why did they have to kill Sankara? Because when what Sankara was going to do, Sankara is not there now. Also this has this opportunity now. He's going to continue with Sankara where he left off. There is somebody waiting in the wing. Waiting there. The same thing.
I have a friend from Burkina Faso. When you see him, Kakra, Ismail. Now, I hope that Ghanaians with CA. On that time, you two, we did 12 years. Time you two, your friend saying, your friend saying, Sankara. On one, not done for. More or less Ninia and the Kuno.
Yeah, and
this guy
Komoro.
Yeah.
Who they already here.
So
Sankara was
here.
Yeah,
So
Sankara was
Cote
here. He
d'Ivoire,
was here. Yeah.
who helped
See,
him?
one man,
Ofe Boahin.
yeah.
Ofe Boahin, and the boy no. And
Mhm.
Otu na de so ekun no. Why did they do that? In 4 years, Sankara, they no more year Rollins, 83 mu hono. Omo
Mhm.
blackballing no. You see, we have to understand something. NATO, what they do is say, unless you do what we want you to do, no, we are going to make you unpopular. Akwa said that we are madam for me, no, any problem.
Mhm.
Now, me must start say udin. Temo obi ani undi agro. Uhia nchene kwa obi ambwa. Unya yia obi ambe support so. Saa na omo de ye Sankara and Rollins. They couldn't get any assistance. A Chrome Hayat, most people don't realize, but America is one of the most indebted countries in the world. America is extremely indebted.
They say
Every
on the
country on
own.
the face of this earth is indebted. Every country.
Say people don't really know. Say America is also but what they do. They say there's American. They do. They say American can print their own currency.
All money.
They can print, but Ghana cannot print their money.
Yes.
Ghana can't.
And this is the problem. Mhm.
This is what is doing capitalism of the highest. Say they can print as many as they want to see. When the government, if you look at this now, there was a time here the government was giving every citizen in this country $2,000. And you know how much it came out to? Billions of dollars it was given up. What we said the money was coming from where? They were just printing it and giving it to you. It will be so won't be lose. They are not going to lose, but they will find a way to get the money back. One way or the other, they are going to get the money back. But we can't.
Yes. And you see, and this is what Gaddafi tried to stop. Because America's economy is not backed by any work. Right? It's not backed by any work. Fiat money. Gaddafi tried to say, or they go back dinner and bebano. What did they do? You have mines in Africa. You have mines in South Africa. You have mines all across Africa. Ubaki usikani with gold. It's actually worth something. It's your mobile number resources now. Also, massa, for gold, bra. What for gold and bar main farm out? Because a tangible asset. And yet numbers are computer so. What did they do? NATO Korea, France Korea, and Obama Mekai was Obama's time, any Hillary time. Which is why I keep telling people say, okay, America. So now America, they would there, they would okay, but my winning that home. Also, TSA say at the end of the day, no, they do not have your interest at heart. Maybe American citizen there, but at the end of the day, no, meaning baby I'm free. Meaning the me yo komu ha. Meaning say by at the end there, me man me person money eco Africa. They catch me bad girl paying. They be say, yes, you are an African. A very, very, very important. So be obey in touch with the culture. Obey have a certain love. A certain love for a Africa. Obey dream in a political way. So obey soon ama omwa obo Africa continent. So very important because Gofona build the system, man. It doesn't help us. It doesn't benefit us in any way. Omo religion it doesn't benefit us. It benefits them. So why should I put my child in a situation where psychologically, obe dream say or you're subservient to Okusibuni? We have to think about these things. That is the cruise of the matter. We should into all those regions. The more militaristic they become, the more they start moving away from all those structures now. I'm more minding. Omudi here. Iti nanado ya pacho. Ecowas no montwe mo ho. Yempe eyi ntokwa bia. Momo mfa ntokwa bia enko eyi Niger ho. Because these people are armed and ready. And I know for a fact say Russia is not going to allow it for these people because uranium no one almost pay. China also pays that uranium.
China will be anywhere on pay. uranium.
Aha.
Obi ape.
It you know.
Say India for pay. The largest army in the world in India.
China and India
go
for.
and look.
Oh.
Yes, the largest
they need
army.
all these
and
things.
They are also part of BRICS.
Aha. It is to say, you are no longer fighting against one. And yes, he's a blind man, so the boy and the Nancy Bosso.
Of course.
Aha. It is these people they knew what you were doing before they declared what they declared. So with all due respect, the patrol, me Africa there, no Obi man so there, but Africa there, Obi himself because of Black Star Revolution, me Africa in Diagro. Yes, someone. Me papa no you soldier ni. Wako peacekeeping or Liberia, wako peacekeeping or Rwanda. Some of the stories that papa we share me no. Or mama who say war is not a beautiful thing. It's not a beautiful thing. It is a very, especially the way Africans here queen wars no. It just a basa. It is another power show. And the sunaso. Men found who could just adimu. Ye pese asundwe. Ebetna ebe West Africa ho. But someone sound the more energy cool sa it will become the fashion in West Africa. I know that I can say it with authority. This year, Sierra Leone, Omohokeka, Cote d'Ivoire, Mohokeka, Guinea-Bissau, Mohokeka. Because the wave, I quite say Arab Spring, you know. The way at the end corner, if the nations in these countries, you know, I mean the leaders in these countries, you know, do not change their ways and move away from the status quo now. Unfortunately, this is what's going to happen. And no amount of war declarations is going to stop it. There's a natural mystic blowing through West Africa right now. If you are not deaf and dumb, you will hear it. It's simple.
I'm say a time now as now, you know, the next week, you know, the BC very the bekoso na memo ka the last word na fe yapon and then Mami Canada they want to meeting you know on crowd about Philadelphia and you know also be meeting you know and you know went me man and you know give us your last word and if you
okay
BSR
we have for Black Star Revolution a logo ni and the what me chase so but you ton chaibi ukra a $30 or be chaibi I just say 20% of the profits no it will fund social impact projects in Black communities globally and this year we focus on Africa but it will be Black community even here in the United States Jamaica Bibia and Warishimus Paso say adi ebe quiche. Now, literally, we want to empower our people, which is Pan-Africa through knowledge, business, and social impact projects. Business part, any channel you turn. Knowledge part, any discussions here you have. A Mandarin there, but much of it is based on Pan-Africanism. So, what team I would say, I'm a student of Osajifo and anybody who's a Pan-African. Because Garvin is Anglophone, or more be teachers. It's no struggle. It was very important to exchange such pieces of knowledge and understanding. No, now it beats me uplift young crop for social impact. No, very soon we'll start setting up GoFundMe accounts. You better BSR GoFundMe account. Now, say auto ya na say ufele say opese obua your social impact projects now. You can go on our perpetual GoFundMe account now and donate some money to us. Okay, because we will use that to fund social impact projects in Black communities globally. Your Instagram, a BSR movement. On Facebook, BSR movement. We are currently upgrading our website, bsrmovement.com. The patrol, come with us and let's empower our people. Why? Sankofa Yenchi. That was it.
Ready, better must Akakra Misume Mekanya and say. I'm appealing to the African leaders, you know, to those people who have say in this thing, you know, and say, Obie ni wa Jimmy woni wiase mu se obekwa ko start bibia onim se ontimi enye na ade bia no so obi be bibia ewo ade a wahunu hano eti ne mane kokoye bibisa eti wosusu no ye leader na wotimi se uhu ese wotimi friend bisa mo nyina se edie na mo koso a mo feel se enya enti a mo ti yesa de we ni yemmo mo ni yenhwe adekode no ni yensia no na mo ye madwen se oh yeah we ekotu enti democratic hwan ne hwan enti ye be ko war ne hwan na mo I'm telling you mo se Nigeria for mo pa mo nko war the man who here mo country no ground who here go be destroy country no because enye mo nko ani the only people are mo be ko war no kai hu se wo koka onipa ba kon waka nipa mienu se mo na mo fi mo ye giant of Africa mo ye giants of you countries be who they are more powerful than you na mo kura dey na mo ya mo call say Liberia or something in the second war no what happened Ecowas for the Liberia say during the war no Liberian war at the end half of it no one call Liberia somewhere in the during the Liberian civil war no
civil war yeah
one more call Ghana could be one could be
Ecowas
they couldn't Ecowas they could see that
who stories that who stories I make am say I hope say your friend is saying omo etiefo mo amunuanom sojafo mo papa no mo ni omo din kita ho na mo nte the ekoso no ase Ecowas as it's constituted now no is nothing but a puppet of NATO or some the leaders of Ecowas, which is Ghana, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, these 4 countries especially almost leaders now are pro-Western and they are pro-NATO. So, for NADD, Ghana for the Munim, you know this is a fact. Madame for Cote d'Ivoire, I kind the same thing. Senegal, Guy be the Mayfi Ghana bar a 2021, many for playing. You should have heard the discussions that we had. What I say, a idea a coso. Now, your friend saying, sir, a call to arms here, omopesomo, you know. Yes, Remo. Your leaders, yes, Remo. It is not the way. Okay? It is very important that you let the natural course of things happen. Nigerians, they are in love with what is happening because they've been suffering for too long. And they can see, say, they have all the means to live a great life on this earth. Finally, you know, almost there be me who and some could do that. Me di me there was a see so. Who America, who did that? So imagine if Unia or Africa, so 40% of a dinner would know. And 1 year can. And for me, it doesn't matter whether it is under a military government or it's under a civilian government. Civilian government, the what Ghana no. Now say I say $5 billion a year. Now say I'm 1 year $5 billion a year. And it's a civilian government. So and also I'm quite say buy. It's here for the patrol. What would say you have more power than you think. Throw bibi fa hon, to social media, ke bibi fa hon. Because all these voices, when they come together, that is when we actually cause the change that we are looking for. To me, Damas.
Yo, any the basic ha na isi na semanti yanka. Say next week no, you bet was on near who the air coso. Say Ecowas for no air den so 1 year den you know dumi isi na semanti yanka. Chere wadamfo na adamfo so njere adamfo till the following week you know ye ba na ye nyina so so ya den ya be etwaso ye damase etiefu nyina thank you Kelly ye dase hi bye
se kuafo ankwa eja ebebu ada se kuafo enekita omani nyina na mpo ye pa o market mu a wana eni nipa eso masen na wanfo na dadwen ho ye hwe o makwan eni o musuo o musuku sem o mapomoden na nyina no unya no baabi a ise wo behwe and now subscribe to VitalGH TV na wanya